Hello, I'm Alice Erickson. I live in Southeast Michigan, Zone 6. I like to share my recipes, organic gardening methods, and preserving techniques with my viewers who love to cook and garden, so therefore they get the most out of their harvest. This right here is Sally. She's my supervisor. You'll see her a lot in the background or near me trying to check and make sure everything's quality assurance. In today's episode, I am going to be doing a recipe on the fly. They all got to start somewhere, right? Creativity here. So what I am inspired by is my kimchi that I used my Napa cabbage that I grew and created all from scratch. I'm also going to be utilizing my Bulgogi Sauce. I am making a Korean dish. I'm basically going to do fried kimchi rice with the stir fry on top. To make the marinade and the sauce, you're going to want to make 2 batches. So I'm going to show you how to make 1 batch for the marinade, and it also is the same amounts. The only difference is when you make the sauce for the stir fry, you use a little bit of potato starch right before you mix it in and use it. I will go over that later. So I'm going to start off with 1 teaspoon of the Korean bulgogi hot sauce that I made. That is from cayenne peppers, garlic, and the bulgogi spice. So I'm just going to go 2 teaspoons, give it a little heat. I'm going to use the Gochujang Korean fermented paste. Since I contaminated the 1 teaspoon, I will use the ½ teaspoon twice because I only want 1. A little heaping, but that's okay. Half a cup of Tamari sauce. Just whisk this together. And voila, there you go. I have my marinade bag here, nice and open. So I'm going to pour that right in. Zip my bag. Let out a lot of air. This is a Ziploc bag that's made for marinating, so it has a flat bottom, which makes it nice, and I don't have to use a full gallon bag, so less waste. So I just go through and make sure the chicken is really penetrated with the marinade. And then I let it sit in the fridge for a good 4 hours at least before I use it for the stir fry. I start off making sure that my rice, which is always jasmine and brown rice is a lot healthier for you because it's a complex carb. And the jasmine is nice because it has the floral notes. Don't just cook in water. I got my rice cooker going here. I used a poblano chicken broth. It's going to flavor the rice really nice for me. So I'm doing all the prep work, cutting the veggies, and I will give you a close-up of how you stir fry. I like to pickle the veggies, and what I have here is bell pepper, radishes that I cut to matchstick, my white onion, which is a hybrid, and it's a Peterson, a long day. I have carrots here. This is all the hard vegetables, and what I do is I take a rice wine vinegar. Then I just do a light splash because it's going to give a light pickle. Then I have the seasoning in my hot sauce is the bulgogi spice, so I just warm it up in my mortar and pestle. Oops, wrong side. Just warm it on up. It makes sure that the seasoning is going to open up the natural oils that are inside of it. It's compared to just putting it in. It is much better. I just mix everything together and set it aside. No big deal. Look at all that beautiful color. Just gorgeous. The bell peppers were only like this big. They are the last in my garden, so it's nice to be able to have this. I'll show you the other things I have here. I have some jalapeno slices, shiitake mushrooms, your standard canned veggies for doing a stir fry. Of course, my kimchi, give you a nice look at it. I have fermented that a couple weeks. That is the marinade that I made double of, so that way I have a sauce for when I use the wok. And then I'm going to top everything off with the Himalayan bagel seasoning, because there's a lot of different sesame seeds and stuff like that. I like using this for Asian recipes. And of course, to give it a little extra color and texture, I'm going to do green onion. So I'm going to be frying the rice with the kimchi. My brown rice is all cooked and ready to go. I'm heating up my wok. So all I'm going to do is take about 3 big spoonfuls of my kimchi, put the rice using avocado oil because it's healthy and it can handle high heat and there's no flavor in it, so super ideal. When you buy avocado oil, try to make it single source, either from California, Spain, or Mexico, because those are the purest and the best. And you deserve the best. As you can hear, the rice is starting to fry, which is awesome. So now I'm gonna add in my fermented kimchi, add a little bit of that awesome sauce that has gochujang in it. There we go. I like using 2 wood spoons, makes it easy to move everything at once. Just move it around, make sure that that kimchi is nice and incorporated into the rice, because you want it to suck it in and absorb it and flavor it. Looks like I want to add more. I'm about to use half this jar. It's a good thing I have a decent amount. All right. Good thing to do is add a little bit of that sauce the marinade that you made earlier. That way that will fry right into the rice. This is almost ready to take off. Woks are awesome because it cooks on all surfaces all the way around, and being that it can go high heat, it cooks fast. I'm going to pull this off and then I'm going to cook the chicken. Starting to be already hot. Reheating the pan. Going to add some more of the avocado oil. Going to add in the chicken. I've let it warm up to room temperature a little bit before I started cooking it. Build that sauce base, start that first. The reason I like using the chicken thighs is, one, they maintain a decent moisture. They're easy to cook, they're thin, and they're very flavorful. If you use breast meat, it can dry out a little faster. You have to use lower temperatures, and what's nice when you're trying to cook hot and fast, you can use the thighs and they taste so good. So I highly suggest, if you're going to use chicken in a stir fry, use thighs. I have taken the juice from the chicken, I separated it. I'm not going to waste that, no way. But it also have a thickening agent to when I made the marinade. I just take a little bit of potato starch, just lightly go in there, and I am going to whisk this. There's so much flavor here, why would you waste that? and it'll help me when I fry everything else. I'm gonna start doing the veggies. Doing the soft ones first to get a base in here. Because I want texture. I don't want everything cooked at once. Add a little bit of my marinade / sauce for the stir fry. There we go. This is a good time to add in the jalapenos. That way the spice is released from them. Just mix it together. And let it cook. I'm going to add in the pickled veggies. Mix it together. Let it all start cooking down. One of the reasons that you also don't throw all your veggies in at the same time is, one I said earlier, is the textures, but caramelizing of your vegetables release different flavor profiles. So if you take different textures and cook it at different times, you will have a better profile for your flavor. Very important to do that. My base is starting to get nice here, so excellent for thickness for a sauce. I'm going to add in the mushrooms. They don't take long to cook. And I want them nice and soft. Add in a little bit more of my sauce for the stir fry. It's a good time to add the chicken back in. Add the rest of your sauce. That potato starch is going to help me out to thicken everything nicely, as you can see. Almost ready to serve here. I will plate it and do a taste test for you. Time for the taste test. Now, this is a blind reaction because I've never made this recipe before. I was inspired to create, so I may have to alter this, so here it comes. That's how recipes are born. That's awesome. The freshness of the rice wine that I used, you have the flavors of the kimchi in the rice. It's really embedded from all the fresh different veggies and textures. Ooh, and there's that jalapeno. Very good. I hope your creation comes out just as good. If you liked today's episode, click that like button, so therefore the algorithm will work in your favor. Also, by subscribing to the channel, you will keep updated with the content. Thank you very much for viewing today. Hope to see you soon.